Welcome everybody to Next Level Official Podcast. My name's Pelo. We got Speedy, Noob here. These guys were being lazy and they wanted me to do the intro this time. It's some
You son of a bitch.
We just wanted you to talk, to hear your
We just want you to
beautiful
hear
voice.
I just want you to express that sexy voice, bro.
No,
You're doing
because
you're doing a great job.
if I put that sensual out there, then I can't stop it.
We need it. We need that though. See, there you're already doing it because look, you're sitting higher.
No.
Now your stature's all like, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining in. This is Next Level, and you're doing it, bro. Fucking doing it,
right.
man. What do we got? What's on the table?
Well, we got Noob's favorite singer coming out with this new movie.
There we go. You're right.
Just don't sing it. Just don't sing it. Just don't sing it because you're gonna set this place on fire.
The little Vinny's coming out.
Monday,
little Vinny.
Tuesday, wonder where those days went.
Thursday. So
man, now you're gonna get that song in my head like I did with you yesterday.
So for those that don't know, we got it playing here. We don't want to play the audio because Facebook and everyone and their mamma jamma
You're gonna get mad.
Gets all upset, but the crew is back.
They are back.
Look, Dave, you throw the little heart signal out.
Look at that.
I don't know where he's hiding half the time. Like, didn't they destroy like C5 airplanes?
I'm wondering. See, and that's what I'm wondering. Where are they getting the money for all these like C5s and everything else and cars? No. I'm gonna
look at this. Do you see that magnet? Did you see that? And then they got John Cena up in here. You know what's gonna be funny is when you start watching the movie, you're not gonna see him. The whole movie, he's like,
dude.
Well, when Cena joins a movie, it's the end of that movie franchise.
No. I want to throw this out there because I just remembered this, that apparently Vin Diesel said that in a dream, what's his name that passed away? I can't remember.
Paul Walker.
That Paul Walker was in his dream, and that he said that he wanted, John Cena in this movie.
No, are you serious?
I'm totally serious. Totally serious.
Wow. Okay. That's different.
Or does Vin just have a big man crush on him?
But I forgot about this. Look who's back. What's his name? Who?
Didn't they find him like hiding in a subway or something? Or the Asian guy that's supposed to have died in the drifting
in Tokyo Drift one. No,
I've never watched any of these. So
apparently he got rescued or something, or he didn't die because the person that he killed was related to Jason Statham. Remember, that's how Jason Statham got into it.
Bro, you know way too much, and I'm worried about how much these movies.
Man, come on, guys. It's fucking Fast and Furious, man.
I'm a little concerned about how much you know about these movies, bro.
Right. I know a lot a lot about movies.
Am I gonna have to come over
I'm the movie trivia master.
DVD
here we go.
Okay.
This
guy right here, movie trivia master.
Master something.
Expert.
Master something.
Wow.
For those that are excited out there, it looks like pretty soon, who knows with COVID when it gets released. I don't even trust any release dates that are out here anytime soon. So, Vin, looks like the movie's ready to go. It's on the chopping
It'll be
block.
maybe on Monday.
Tuesday.
Oh, my God.
Wednesday.
Look at my fucking head, man.
God.
Get into my
some of Vin's favorite songs, but...
I wonder if that song.
I'm gonna start singing the Tiptoe song just to get that in your head, but then we're gonna get plagiarized for that.
I wonder if his song is gonna be somewhere in the movie.
What if it's in the credits?
Dude, I would die. I would die if it's in the credits, bro.
He's just gonna be in the car.
I haven't seen this.
Aren't they going to the moon? Aren't they going to the moon? Isn't that what they said? Something about going to the moon?
No, that's Doge, man. That's Doge going to the
moon. Oh, man. So June 25th, it's when it's dropping for you guys out there.
There you go.
Other things that are going to the moon.
Noob's already got his ticket.
Other than Elon Musk and the rest of the coin group. How many people jumping on that Doge train?
The Doge train. The Doge. Huh? We're all on that train, baby. We're in deep. I feel like Scrooge McDuck playing around in his money pin. Virtually. I'm in my money pin.
What you want, laddie?
Oh man.
Whoa, it's a different kind of money pin.
So if you guys haven't seen, Elon Musk is pushing the Doge, it's rising crypto that's out there. Jump in on that train, try to capture it's running around 32 cents. I haven't had a second to check my phone. Thank you, Robin Hood, for nothing. And we'll see where that money's going to go and see if Daddy's going to get a PS5 later on or not. So,
oh yeah, we're getting that. I feel that PS5 is warming up. It's warming up.
something in Pelo's universe here. J.J. Abrams, top secret film.
It's top secret.
It's supposed to be top secret, but it's no longer top secret when they give it, give a date for it. They don't have an actual name for it. So it's what it is. It's supposed to be good J.J. Abrams, so that's kind of meaning because there's no word on if the old crew's coming back, if all the old actors, if it's going to be a continuation, is going to be coming back with a new series, or Patrick Stewart's version of Star Trek in that timeline, like further down the line.
Patrick, if they're bringing back Patrick, they got some problems, man. Like
he already has his season 2 of Star Trek Picard. If you guys missed it last week they came out with a bunch of trailers for Star Trek Discovery, for Picard, for everything.
I must have missed those, man. Dang phone. God,
come on, man. Yeah, that's why we weren't here.
Notify me. You're supposed to notify me.
Doing our fucking podcast last week because you guys decided to get drunk instead of talking about Star Trek.
You shut the fuck up. You guys.
I was home. Man. It was you two guys that got wasted.
Yeah.
I was home by 5, sir. I was responsible.
Yeah, we had our private time.
I don't even want to know what you two were doing.
Noob was thinking me private dancer,
I showed my nip one time. Everyone freaks out. Okay, all right, just one time. All right, we're allowed to get a little crazy here and there. Okay, guys. Okay.
Other things that are out there. Adidas, it looks like they're dropping a new shoe line. So all you shoe heads, you sneaker heads that are out there,
shoe heads.
Get the MCU inspired Stark Industries. Have you seen this? It looks ugly. I'm sorry.
They don't look like anything. Like
they look like glow in the dark. You know what these remind me of? When I was young, my mom bought me some Payless shoes. That's what these remind me of. Like straight up.
There's not even a name for them.
But on a fair statement, any shoe like this, guaranteed, if anyone buys them, you're not going to have anyone that puts these on. These for sneakerheads are strictly collection type deals, which in a sense I could totally see someone forking over some major cash for owning something like this.
How much do you guys think? How much are these going for? Does it even show?
Personally, I don't even know the price, but I would bet you I would bet you they'd be around $700-800, if not $1,200.
What?
Yeah, bro.
I don't even.
I guarantee.
I'm not gonna waste my Doge coins on that.
You got in late, bro. You got in late. Honestly, with my mindset, like if you're gonna get something that you're trying to tie in with,
they're $150. Correction, they're $150.
Okay, so $150. You have something that's gonna tie into this massive universe that you have. How about we get some graphic artists to do something with it? Like, this looks like it was probably like last year's shoe, and they just slapped Stark on it and threw some glow in the dark paint, and they called it good. And they're like, "Let's push it out, guys. Let's go." I mean,
I totally.
It doesn't. If you just showed me it off to the side, it just doesn't read Iron Man, Stark Industries.
So typical lore saying, "Yo, those shoes are so sick." What do you like about them? Like, honestly, I can see them for collection. Like, I've collected some stupider things in my life, but
the thing with
I need something futuristic. I need some I need some LEDs flashing off of it. I need a screen on the side.
Personally, for me, in a sneakerhead style, the design is nice. I could see somebody else getting into something like this. For me, what stands out as like a custom shoe or a shoe, if I feel like I'm going to drop some big cash on it, has to have some artistic value. Like I want somebody who's like, yo bro, like I painted this shoe, I painted on it, like I've only done like
you
20.
want like a custom piece, like
yes, like
some
something
of those guys that are out there dropping some great work.
Yeah, you want because imagine if you had this shoe, right, like done in a Tony Stark style that actually had a fucking, you know, painting of Iron Man on it. Like that would trip you out. You'd be like, oh, that's fucking different, you know, like oh, fuck, you know, like that. And so for that, it'd be kind of cool. But you know what, to all those sneakerheads out there who definitely appreciate that style and that kind of thing, fucking go for it, man. It's not horribly priced. $150. I mean, shit, man. My Air Max costs more. I mean, it happens, you know.
Let's get some New Balance, bro, and just be done with it.
Fucking New Balance.
This is good, bro. We're old. We're gonna grab on, go cut our lawns.
Why don't you get some pro wings while you're at it? Do you remember?
My sneakers, I've had those for like fucking 15 years, man. And
what? Fuck. God, I wonder why your foot's all jacked up.
I get them Flintstone feet, man.
Oh man! So, operating on other news within the MCU world and Disney overlords, you got the Predator writers are suing Disney over their franchise copyrights.
They're gonna lose.
Predator movie.
They're gonna lose.
Well, according to this article, U.S. copyright law allows for the authors to cancel their ownership of the work by previous holders and reclaim after 35 years. So this year, it reverts back to them on April 17th. Right, so by law, they should be getting this back. Do you think Disney's going to let go of it?
Hell no. They'll more than likely renegotiate, I'm assuming, or attempt to buy it.
They're going to buy them off. Come on. It's Disney. They got fat money. They're going to just buy them off. It's gonna be undisclosed. They're gonna just
personally. If sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, my friend, but if Disney does get a hold of it and they do buy it, you could say goodbye to the Predator series. I mean, you could have said goodbye a long time ago, personally, but I'm just saying, it's bye-bye.
Really?
Yeah, bro. Fucking Predator series to me has sucked. The first one and the second one with
and that was it.
What's his Danny Glover? The Danny Glover version barely made it in. Barely made it in my circle, bro. But other than that,
as our regular subscribers know, your opinion on movies are shit. You may know your movies, but it's shit on what movies you like.
Okay, then
no,
give me
for recommendations. They're usually bad. Like you're like, hey,
you know, I fucking purposely do that shit to you guys.
That's bullshit. Fucking bullshit.
It's like I should know better than this, but like sometimes I get invested in something. Like I'm like today, you know, I don't know why.
Watching Godzilla.
I know. I started watching Godzilla, 1998 Godzilla, just because we had watched the newest one, Godzilla vs. King Kong, and I was like, you know what? Let me go. I haven't really watched Godzilla movies, and let me go ahead and watch this one. And it was not a good movie. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, you know, the wife comes in, she's like, why are you still watching this? It's horrible. And I'm like complaining about it. She's like, why are you still watching it? And I'm like, because I'm an hour in and I gotta finish it.
Finish it now.
I gotta say that I watched it, and so then I have then I can complain.
I give you props, Speedy, because you at least last longer than Pelo.
In a lot of categories. In a lot of categories.
Just because
but one of the funny things. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. You were talking.
I was gonna say, like, one of the things about that movie, and this is what I was gonna talk to you guys about. It was funny because it's just one of those classic movies where it's just like over the top in a lot of spots in that Godzilla movie. But one of the things that I enjoyed the most was like seeing something from like 1998 was having the Blockbuster sign, like product placement, like right in the hallway of Madison Square Garden that they were running from it. And it's because I just recently watched that Netflix special on Blockbuster, the last Blockbuster, and so it got me reminiscing, man. I'm like watching it at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm thinking about all the times Noob and I, when his screen wasn't frozen.
What happened to his screen?
I don't know, but when his screen wasn't frozen, that's the face he used to make when we would go on Friday nights as kids to go try to get movies at Blockbusters or video games. And so
Somebody get in touch with his wife. He may be having a stroke.
he can't move. And so I just miss going to Blockbuster. I miss having, going to the evenings and picking out movies. Even if you were dating someone else, like going out there just the joy and like the frustration of not a movie being there and finding it out to get it.
I was trying to explain to my daughter about the whole like Blockbuster and everything, because Blockbuster was still here when she was like really young, but all of a sudden, like she's just like, Dad, you're old. I can't believe like how old you are. And where did everybody go?
All right, I'm here. Sorry.
There you go. Holy crap! I was like, oh, it's like it's the Pelo show. Oh my god! All of our subscribers are gonna get
so here. Noobface just sent me a message. He just said he has a Microsoft update that's going on. So
this is what you get with live.
Yeah, that's what you get with live. Like most things, man, you can't be doing shit at the last second. Dude, that is so funny.
Best.
He said the system's rebooting. Like, that's what happens at me at work sometimes. Stuff like that will happen. But what were you saying about Blockbuster?
No. What I was saying is that I try to explain to my daughter about Blockbuster because it was still down the street when she was, small. And I got through like the whole conversation about, like you go there to rent a movie. You have to wait there sometimes a couple of hours because somebody else has it, and you're waiting for it to come to the shoot. And she was like, Dad, you're old. Like, damn.
Like they have like no idea. So and it's so funny because just like the way it was, like here is the movie itself, the nostalgia, like I think it's still open barely on its last leg.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would think about if I had money and it wasn't a problem, like I would definitely go there and try to rent a movie or at least experience it because like it was just a different experience. Like that's why sometimes I feel like I'm always asking Noob for movies because there's no Blockbuster, right? There's no Timmy's picks or Sarah's picks on videos and stuff. And so, like I was telling him before, you freezed up there in excitement, Noob. Was that
I was so excited. I was like.
Your face looked like it, man. It was hilarious. So I was like, and then I noticed you hadn't moved for a couple of minutes. And I'm like, that's not normal. I've never seen that behavior in like the 40 years of
like he stroked out.
I'm about to call your wife and ask her to come and check on you for a second. But,
and she'd have come over and tipped me over. Like, no, it's him, guys. Like,
he's all right. I got his insurance, so we're good. But I was just telling him like how much I used to love. Like, dude, we would take the bus. Like, when someone wasn't there to give us a ride there, we'd take the bus to the Blockbuster, dude. Taking games, movies. Oh, man,
I mean, luckily we had a lot of things that were kind of close by and stuff. But yeah, man, taking those little adventures just to go get stuff, it's such a bummer. Kids today won't have that experience, because
you can't even trust your kids outside, man.
Like Friday.
We talked about that before too.
It's like Friday night. It was like, what are you going to do? It's like every Friday night. It honestly didn't matter what else you had going on that weekend. Everyone that you knew from school or from wherever, you were more than likely going to bump into them at either Blockbuster or Hollywood Video. Yeah, man. Like, oh, what are you getting, man? Oh, man, checking out some movies. Yeah, my dad's getting that one too, man. He's like really excited. We're going to check it out tonight. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it was just
Blockbuster and Little Caesars, man.
Yeah, man. Yes. Good times.
It was like, for some reason, it just made it feel like a Friday night, and you don't get that same feeling like when you have everything at the like at your fingertips.
Yes.
And it's scary. Like, if you guys haven't seen this video, for those that are watching and those that are watching on replay, go out and watch this thing. It's really great. Like, if you're from the 80s, 90s, that time period, like. It's great to watch Blockbuster and see like how crazy and big it was, and then like just see it like completely implode later on, and like really kind of understand the reasons why Blockbuster went under, and then to think back during that time period, because like most people think like why did Blockbuster go out of business? Pelo or a new
Netflix
streaming services, Netflix and Redbox.
And that's not correct. That's not why it went out. That's not why it went out of business.
Oh, really?
So when Blockbuster was bought by one of the major studios, basically they were using Blockbuster as their cash cow, and when they spun Blockbuster off, they saddled Blockbuster with all the studio debt. So all the debt went with Blockbuster when it got spun off, and then later on,
it's even worse.
Dude. And so Blockbuster was actually competing on a streaming platform and delivering the DVDs.
I remember that
because I used to get them too. Because I remember at one point, like I needed to watch every episode of 24, and so I was ordering videos, going to Blockbuster and getting them. And so what they said is that
you're right, because I remember there used to be like the Red Box, at the convenience store, and right next to it there was like the Blockbuster version of it. And it was only for just a short time.
Netflix actually tried to sell the Blockbuster, but because of all those debt structures and where they were at the time, they were like, get out of here, puny person. And then then it blew up. But like what happened was that Blockbuster just didn't have the capital to compete because they had all the debt. So they were making all these huge debt payments. And that's what drugged them down and allowed Netflix to continue to blow up when they were, getting series of fundings. So it's just really,
the more you know,
really crazy, dude. And it was such a good thing. But you know what? It's weird because you have all these nostalgic people. You had I was gonna say Kevin James, but Kevin Smith. He's in there, and they're talking about being in Blockbuster, and then I can't remember the kind of funny.
Why didn't he try to help pay off the debt?
I know, man. Like
I know, I got all these movie stars, and no one wants to help out. They're literally looking at the last Blockbuster, going, "Oh, that was good times." I got
great, and then they just slowly walk away.
Are you saying Kevin Smith would have enough money to help Blockbuster? Like I thought he barely had enough to keep his comic store afloat.
Oh,
shots fired!
Wow, bro!
Shots
fired. Man! Wow!
I'm just
Kevin
being honest.
Smith could totally fucking just rip us right now.
I'm just being honest.
He's alone.
I love watching the show.
Somebody's gonna tag him with our stream, and he's gonna be like, "Them
fuck
gone.
These guys.
Now.
They're gone." Snooch to the motherfucking douche.
Tell him to call the Click Commander and have him report over here.
What?
Oh my god!
Silent Bob and Jay Strike Back. Oh
god!
The Click Commander. Man, y'all are trying to talk about Kevin Smith. You don't even know his movies.
Dang! I know those. I didn't know that line. I didn't know that line, bro.
Bro, everyone knows that line.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so
next.
Recapturing here what we got going on. Nintendo is coming after some pirate rings out here, so Nintendo's following suit against the big pirate ring run by Bowser.
Team Execute. Yep.
Team Executor. So these guys are out there providing hack mods for the system that allow you to go out there. Like, how do we feel about this? Are they doing right?
I mean, we kind of
find a good battle.
We kind of talked about a little bit. I have nothing against anybody wanting a mod. I would say it's a hypocritical thing because we're not owners of we're not messing with other like systems, or we're not working with any of these people who put in that time and effort to create these consoles for us and stuff. But when you have these little loopholes, you can't help but kind of want to know more, because hey man, let's be honest. Fucking video games are expensive. It's fun to buy the latest and greatest games, but I mean, if you had a loophole that let you play a game for free or not have to pay fucking $50, there's a lot of people that are going to be joining on that bandwagon, and I can't be upset. Now, Team Executor, I think personally where they went wrong was a lot of other companies or a lot of underground people who create hacks and mods and things like that you can find for free on the website. And if they do purchase for them, I mean, they have these like mega uploads, you have to, purchase this, or donate, keyword donate. But Team Executor, I think they got ahead of themselves, and I think they really got a little full of themselves, because technically they are the elite people who produce these type of hacks. Any of their hacks that you guys get. I mean, I remember I had one for my Nintendo DS, and they're elite. They work 100 fucking %. There's like no additional strings attached. I mean, it's very straightforward. So I mean, but you do have to have a little sense of what you're doing. But I mean, on the other coin, they were making a ton of profit off of
and that's
modding the
that's where
systems.
that's where it gets complicated, and that's where they start.
Right.
Nintendo's like, hey, you're taking money away from us. This kind of stuff with copyright. It goes with copyright with even your electronics. Like there's a lot of places like I want to be able to fix my product because it's broken and take it to somebody that's going to fix it. But you have Microsoft, whoever, and they'll tell them, no, you can't, because that's going to void the warranty, and we're not going to provide the parts, and blah 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 blah.
And if you're going to pay for the parts outside of what we repair, then what would normally cost you $50 by shipping and getting it taken care of is going to cost you $100, $120. For
they start sticking it. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I just personally think it was a bad move by Team Executor, and
they reached too high. They reached too high for it.
They definitely did. I mean, they were just a big name. Everyone knew who Team Executor was. If you were in the gaming scene or in the modding scene,
I thought you were saying that you had bought some mods for your Rainbow Six, and I was like,
No.
I'm sure.
Noob buys a lot of things. We don't know what they're used
in
for.
general.
I'm like, what's that package? It has no name on it.
He's like, please, mailman, don't put this in my mailbox.
Dude, no.
I know. I'm like,
house is a fucking fulfillment center, dude. Please.
Shut the hell up. Fulfillment center. Dude, you know what's so funny? You remember Dazed and Confused when at the very beginning they're gonna have that party and the guy goes to deliver the beer early when the parents are gonna go on vacation, and he comes back and he goes, "Yo, bro, you're at the wrong house." And he's like, yeah, I guess I'm at the wrong house, man. I'm so sorry. He's like, yeah, bro, yeah, no problem, man. It happens. Like, that's the shit I have to do. I'm like, oh man, the wife's home, man. You're at the wrong house, bro.
Like, please, baby,
bring it around back.
Bring it around back.
Yeah, just throw it over.
What you got to do is you got to sneak one in for her. But just leave it out there and let her get all upset, and then get out there and open it, and then be like, "It's for you,
she's
baby,
watching live right now, right?"
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, leave
her
package at the front, right? It's like her makeup thing, whatever she wants to. Just throw my shit over the back and just fucking throw it.
Here's some
getting rid of all of our secrets.
So also on the Nintendo front, Nintendo's releasing a whole new set of Switch games. A lot of these are indie inspired and indie done. So Oxenfree 2 is going to be one of them. They have another they have another set of items that are going to be out here. So I think it's interesting that because of just the mobile set, like it's almost like the same mobile mindset with the Switch, man. Like it's like an extension of your phone, like playing a lot of these, and you see much more indie games on that are worthwhile, at least for me, to play on the Switch than on any other system. So
agreed. Yeah, I agree. Xbox used to have a really big indie thing back with the 360. Remember, it was called NX or something like that, or NT, right. And that was like their kind of like their program to get people to get indie developers out there. And
they still have it. They still have it on the new Xbox.
They do. Okay, see, so that's really awesome. I mean, I'm all down for that kind of program, where they just want to go ahead and give them a platform to show their indie games. But only reason I'm actually mentioning this is because there is a game on here called Fez that says like Fez and the Longing. Now, I played Fez, and actually there was a documentary with
about how long it was taking to get it out.
Yes, you remember that? Yeah. It was with the game called Meat Boy. It was one developer. It was just a guy who was making this game called, it was like Meat Boy, and then there was like Super Meat Boy or something. And then there was a guy who was creating Fez, and it was basically their whole struggle on developing the games and trying to put them out there. And they talked a lot about how difficult it was, in a sense, to kind of work with Microsoft to kind of get it up and running. They eventually did.
Sounds adult.
But I mean, it's a really cool documentary, and it's kind of I just like to see Fez mentioned because I remember when I played it, it was a really, really, really cool original game.
It's interesting for the fact that it gives the indie producers a lot of ability to get their items to a main platform, because what they're looking for is just the acceptance, right? Like you can put a great game out, but if no one plays it, it ain't ever gonna go anywhere. So I think that's also like where you see Twitch in the ability, so like these major streamers out there, if they play games like something that
Among Us,
Among Us being sus, like how much it can blow up and how a really fun game like that just didn't have a lot of mass reach can then explode. So Nintendo showcasing these types of things is great. You have other avenues like PAX South, like here in San Antonio, Military City, that we're all from, that showcase a lot of indie types of games. And so I think it gives the ability, like, hey, that guy or that gal who's coding in their in their house, the ability to have a great idea to get something out there that'll be able to be showcased so they can actually make some moolah. Because like you see a lot of that happen on mobile, but then when things blow up, then it becomes the same stale crap. Like, how many Angry Birds can we play? Like, seriously, like, where are we going to go? So, like, seeing something new and developed, like, they have really good ideas out there. And so I'm just glad to see that Nintendo's taking an aspect of that with their gaming.
Yeah, that's kind of a good, yeah, I'm really excited for that. And that's really awesome. I just hope they keep it up. But yeah, definitely, man, indie games.
Indie games with Nintendo. Because, I mean, if you guys didn't hear, what's his name? Phil Spencer. He had that.
Mr. Daddy Big Bucks.
He had that. Remember, he had like the
Nintendo Switch in the background. Nintendo Switch, and apparently,
so we're gonna have Halo on the Switch.
Well, they already said there was something that's happening. They already said something was happening. That was like a small leak between them both, and apparently,
it's not a small leak. It's all over Twitter, bro.
Well, all right, guys, it's out.
Sorry, I'm not on the tweets.
Xbox Pass is apparently going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch.
It's rumored.
It is rumored. So how it's going to work? I personally don't have an idea. Haven't seen anything like since, but that was
I honestly think what this is a function of is all the trouble that they've had with Apple and being able to get their games that
to show them that it can be done, right?
Oh,
yep. That's a really good point, man.
In my mind, I think that's the avenue, or it's going to be a cross.
Apple's been fighting a lot of battles lately. I mean, like left and right. Well,
this is the thing with them. Like, I'm just kind of worried. Like, I love they spending money out there getting content for us to play. Game Pass is more valuable at its price than it has ever been. Like, I literally haven't bought very many games lately, and the games that I've bought, like, I've been able to play and continue on. With also the fact that there's a lot of free games out there that are fun that we enjoy playing as a group. But
I mean,
my worry is that he's going to try to take over everything so much that he's going to be raising the prices of everything, so it's just going to be astronomical, which he tried to do. They tried to roll out price increases. Everyone, like, had a huge fit, that whole social media campaign, and then they readjusted the prices, and then they started going, hey, now you don't have to have Xbox Live to play the free-for-play games. So, like, he's at least responsive in that way. So I hope that's the way it comes. But I don't want him to become. As much as I love playing Xbox, I don't want them to become the overlord of gaming, and then everything is Xbox.
There's a fine line between how companies live long enough to see themselves become the villain, and you really don't want that to happen. Because it happened to Apple. And hopefully it doesn't happen to Xbox because, they have a big head on their shoulders. So hopefully they can keep it grounded. And this whole thing with Nintendo is very cohesive and works well for everybody, because.
Well, and right now, Xbox is still challenging to be that number one, right? They're still behind on sales of systems. PS5 is still ahead. The best-selling systems ever are all Sony systems. In Nintendo, Game Advance controlling, handheld gaming. So I think he wants to make his mark, and like teaming up with your buddy to take on the big guy may be one of the ways that are happening out there. But
yeah,
we also have some news about PlayStation 5 that I threw in here that kind of reverts to this too.
So the thing is too, man, is with the new Switch coming out, the XL version that's actually going to have HDR capability handheld may be a good, a really good, like, hey, bonus. Now you can play some Xbox games with the same fidelity and the same, resolution on your new Switch XL, and people are like, oh shit, like fucking awesome,
Mm-hmm.
So that's a nice kind of thing too. So yeah, man, what were you going to say about What's the juice nugget that you have?
You got juicy nuggets?
He said you got juicy nuggets.
I do, but it's a little later for reveal, baby. I like to keep the anticipation going.
Dang, sounds like that's going to be expensive. Sounds like you got to break out your PayPal accounts. Sounds like you better cash in some Deutsch if you want to see those.
It's at 29 cents.
It's good.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
So
Keeping you updated.
I gotta fucking see it for myself, okay?
So other news that are out here. So one of the things that Noob kind of talked and told us about, schooled us on, is that the MMO world for Lord of the Rings has been canceled, but Amazon is still moving on with the TV series. How popular do we think this is? Like, do you think this is a reaction to some of the other series that are out that are kind of?
What more are they gonna come out from? I mean, what are they expecting out? Multiple seasons? Are we just doing like a mini series?
So right now it's talking about being a prequel to like the Fellowship and the Two Towers and the.
But wasn't the Hobbit a prequel?
It is.
Yeah, the Hobbit. It was.
So it's a prequel of the prequel.
Not with these characters. Hobbit is the prequel with Frodo, whatever his bag, the uncle, whatever
Bilbo.
His name is.
It's Bilbo.
Baggins, yeah.
Don't call Speedy that. That's wrong, dude.
You know, Ralph. You do know Pelo knows about this. He's just pretending that he doesn't.
I've watched the movies like one time, and that was it. And even like The Hobbit was hard to watch.
I mean, it is hard to watch. During the second one, The Two Towers, I was deployed and I fell asleep in the theater when they started filming it because it was cold and dark, and it was a 3-hour movie, and I just fell asleep during it. So. I just feel like this is a reaction to the big series that HBO had that was all kind of mythical and.
You're talking with Henry Cavill.
Wait, right?
No, the one that just it was like the dude that the Tolkien writer that hadn't finished writing the next season at the same time. What the fuck is that with dragons and shit? Like I have not watched it at all.
With dragons, what?
Fuck. Bunch of nerds and we don't even know what this is. Somebody comment.
It's the one with Winter's Coming.
Yeah. Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. That's what it was.
I just couldn't.
That's how much nerds they are. Damn. I watched like 3 episodes, and then when the sister and brother started banging, I was like, I'm out. Like, I'm not gonna watch this anymore.
You probably came back just for the nude scenes, and that was it.
The thing I enjoyed the most.
I just watched the booby scenes and then I was out.
When all of it was said and done, I went back to YouTube and I watched all the deaths. It was a whole thing that just basically had all the deaths, and I was like, I just want to see how these fuckers died, and I'm good. That'll catch me up. And
you're all about murder, is what you're telling us.
But the funny thing is, though, I kind of agree with you guys with the whole. Like, I don't know what it is with like just attempting to reinvent the wheel on the same old thing. Like there's some other books that he's written that I think if they wanted to, they could very well tackle into a miniseries
we need some new content. I mean, I don't care if it's coming from somebody's book, like a series or something, but we need some new content.
Yeah, I agree, man.
There's just nothing entertaining that's coming out.
I feel with Lord of the Rings, it's one and done. I think Peter Jackson did a fucking hell of a job. I loved it. I watched them all. I fucking have the Blu-ray editions. Like I thought they were badass. But after that, I mean, I'm not gonna go watch no fucking TV series about the same shit just from somebody else's point of view. Nah.
I'm just kind of done with it. So like,
I feel you.
I want something that's new and that's actually good. I watched that Cosmic Sin, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to be something new. What is this about? It's got Bruce Willis in it."
I think that's why none of us watched the Winter Soldier and Falcon, whatever, dude. None of us has watched that. I don't think I haven't watched any of it.
I've been watching it.
Oh, you have been?
I have been. I need to watch. I'm down 2 episodes that I need to watch.
Isn't that fucking typical? Isn't that fucking typical? Me and fucking Speedy will be watching this series and we're like, "Hey, dude, are you watching it?" And you'd be like, "Oh, bro, I think it's like one episode in."
This close up to the actual series because. Like the Mandalorian came out and he didn't watch like 6 episodes.
I know that was my. Hey, I admit it. When I admit it, that was my bad. I totally should have watched those. But
every time I see you play R6, I'm gonna send you a message and be like, "You should be off playing."
So there was just really something about this the way they're doing this that kind of drew me in, and I kind of because it's like this whole conspiracy kind of thing, but it's the fact that the Falcon decides that he doesn't want to be Captain America and that's not his place, and the Winter Soldier basically gets upset and tells him he chose you for a reason. Because even though you don't think highly of yourself, or of that caliber, you're worthy of that. But by the same token, when he gave them the shield went to the government, and they made like this shrine. Well, then they ended up giving the Captain America mantle to like another Captain America, right? But it involves this whole story, which I don't want to get into, just for those people who haven't watched or whatnot. But it's not bad. It's not your fucking end game. It's not like this action pack, oh my god shit. If you want to watch it, it's interesting. Yeah, man.
It's like the backstory between the two movies, and it's like I don't care about their fucking story.
Let me tell you the fucking reason, okay?
Fucking drama.
The truth is, if I don't watch
on
this
the shield and
shut your mouth. If I don't watch this shit, it's my wife watching How to Get Away with Murder, fucking
don't blaming your wife.
Fucking documentaries.
She's a wonderful person, and
people who died, and like let's fucking go shit, hard shit. Just like
your Fear Thy Neighbor.
Fucking, yeah, it's like this whole thing. So I gotta weigh my options, guys. Gotta weigh my fucking options. Okay, what am I watching tonight?
Man. I got the same deal. Same deal. So moving on here, like the little tidbits that I was throwing out there for PlayStation. So PlayStation 5, there's some stories out that they're going to revive some of the classic PlayStation series are being remade for the PS5. So among some of those lists of the items that are out there, talking about Demon Souls that actually just got redone, that you've seen a lot for those that haven't really played it. That's an amazing game. It's a little difficult. One that I enjoyed quite a bit. But Uncharted is on this, and they're talking about Metal Gear Solid. So I remember when Metal Gear Solid dropped.
Well, are they remaking them, or are they just kind of building them?
No, the word is they're remaking them for the PS5, and so one of the titles that were on here was Demon Souls. Like it came out on the original PlayStation, and they remade that bad boy and released it at that $65 price point, which was just astronomically high for really any kind of type of gaming that we're really used to. But the game itself was beautiful and just pretty amazing. But it was actually the original game remade, and it wasn't like the remastered where it's like just textures and shit thrown onto it. They actually did a lot, and it changed a little bit of it for it. So I'm excited about this kind of news. Like I love Metal Gear Solid. Like Metal Gear Solid is probably one of my top games. You can see a lot of the tactics that are used in other games that have been moved on. So I'm excited to see that this one may have a possibility of being remade.
I think I might have played that once, and I mean,
you don't play much of anything. So
besides yourself, you really don't play much at all.
It's called when I was younger. I didn't, I was in a poor family, and we barely had a Nintendo.
This was above Metal Gear Solid PlayStation 1. This was like 1998. I didn't have a PlayStation. 1999.
I was still poor.
I worked at the movie theater.
Yeah, what's your excuse now?
Eating that popcorn.
No, so it's really funny because I ended up having the game and I did play it, and I remember I wasn't as enthused about it as I was hoping to be because I had a lot of friends that were really into it, and then
you didn't Speedy, have friends. It was just Speedy.
Just me.
You keep saying like you're some popular bitch, and you just had Speedy. That was it. You had acquaintances.
Oh my God. So I remember Speedy.
I had Speedy.
So it was another Speedy. It was Speedy 2.0. It's funny. I had gone over to his house, and he was playing it, and he was like a lot further, and I remember he was just going off. He was like, dude, like I beat this level, and then I started playing this, and then there was this creepy dude, man. His name was Psycho Mantis. He like reads your memory card, and I'm like, what? And he's like, dude, he was telling me what games I had on it, and dude, it was tripping me out. And I was like, shut the fuck up. And he's like, no, I'm dead serious. And then I was like, oh fuck, now I got to see what this is. So if honestly,
that let me get further in the game than him, so he needed to catch up immediately.
and then it wasn't even about
here's
that.
The birth of the competitiveness between the two of you assholes.
Shut the fuck up. Okay.
You're saying
It's the way the world works, bro.
Yeah. When are you gonna catch that train? You're just gonna let it go by.
I'm in the caboose.
He's been like 3 shots behind every time it runs across his screen.
Did I not have some good games last night? I switched
You-
up my
you
character.
did, you did.
I switched up
Did
my
you?
character.
Okay, you did. You did. You did.
Noob got all butt hurt and he got pissed off because we lost. And you're like, "Hey, bye guys!" And where's like Noob? He's
No, dude,
fucking
I was
He's
so
gone.
fucking tired. I was so fucking tired, dude. I was like, if we win, we win. If not, and I was like, but we're gonna win. And then I was like, who's the last one left? Pelo.
Stop hitting your damn desk.
We don't want to see behind the magic.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
I don't want to see the dungeon.
You don't want to see the. Stay quiet back there. Shut up.
So I think this is a great opportunity for PlayStation to bring back a lot of those favorites, and then how they release it will help them compete with PlayStation and not PlayStation. Help PlayStation compete with Xbox in its Game Pass because they're still doing those free games. So if you haven't gone up, that those types of games are going to be released on the PlayStation Store. So just make sure you're picking them up, downloading them, playing them, getting to it. I'll be getting my PlayStation 5 next year.
Every time I was like this, I was like,
when Dodge hits $1, then I got my PlayStation money. So I'll be like, "Oh, you're a reseller.
You'll have your PlayStation
for $1,000. Here's money. Here's money. Here you go."
Let me tell you something, people that are watching. If you see one of our streams and we're just like randomly in Hawaii, you know why. Thanks, Deutsch. Thanks, Deutsch. All right, streaming live from Honolulu.
Oh man! So along some of the platforms that are out there streaming, a little bit of news that's come out here. Twitch is continuing to crack down on the fake followers that are out there. So they're cutting down millions of followers from some of the top streamers' profiles. What do you think's going on?
Millions of.
Do you think the guy that sends me a message at 3:00 telling me he can make me Twitch famous is now is now good for $200? Is now going to go under?
Damn, my 4 subscribers are gone, man. I'm just fuck.
I mean, I definitely think it's about time. I actually saw another YouTuber that I follow. He actually did a story on this, and his comment was, "This is the first time he feels he's seen Twitch actually do something good and worthy by doing something like this." And I definitely think cracking down on something like this can definitely show the true popularity of some streamers, because it's kind of odd, but there are some streamers who are not responsible because they're not the ones who necessarily pay to be botted or to be like, followed or whatnot. And there are people that actually do this for them. But when something like this hits and they've actually done it the right way, and it actually, cuts the people off who, do not need to be, and it's just for inflation of numbers. It's good. It's great. I think it's really good, man. And
like on a greater conversation, what does it say about the community if some of the top streamers are like shedding 2.3 million followers?
I mean,
and, it leaves them with like 3 million, and they had 5 million before. Like, is it like, is this really like, are these guys trying to stream to create these fake accounts, or is it just so that they can earn, because in the end it comes down to money, right? The more people that they can get in there, they're going to get paid out by either Twitch or someone else or advertisers. And so, like, I think it's in Twitch's best interest to make sure that these accounts don't have these. But like, you're going to see these top streamers start getting knocked down pegs if this is what's happening to them.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not really affecting the lore,
it's a great thing, but you have some of these streamers that have, that have a bunch of them bots that they're paying for or whatever.
Well, I mean, just
look more money.
Yeah, I mean, Soda Poppin', I mean, he's an extremely popular streamer. He lost over 3.3. And, it's just kind of funny because, I watch these guys sometimes. I definitely don't watch Twitch nearly as much as I used to, only because, Doc's not there. Fuck you, Twitch.
Oh, my God.
But it's
He
true.
doesn't even
Is
watch him
nuts.
on YouTube. He doesn't even watch him on YouTube.
I know,
do,
right?
I do watch you every once in a while, not all the time though, Doc. All right, don't get mad. So
Such a liar, bro.
so the thing. Who do you watch, Pelo?
I usually watch a group called Worst Pre-Made Ever, and then they all have their own.
Did you say
Anyway,
preemie?
I
Worst
don't know what he's.
preemie ever?
They're in England and they're funny as shit.
My God.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, see? Oh, come on.
Oh God.
Uncultured swine.
Oh Jesus, man! Hey,
But I think
we've all seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Okay, so calm your tits.
I think this just goes on to show that
That's
Twitch
what I told you
is
last
still
weekend.
continue- Amongst all the other crap they got going on, they're still trying to continue to make this a legit business for a lot of people. It's just interesting to see some of these streamers that like have so many get taken away, and then like you have your top ones. They're talking about, even though I don't watch him, Ninja. He only lost 200,000 people compared to like some of these other guys that are losing millions and millions. So like, is in fact, are they really that popular or not? And then what does it really mean to follow someone? Like, are you really interested in them, or are you just for that day you like them and you're going to come back? Like, how many times is that person actually watching your show? Considerably.
Like, that's right.
Our two that are watching.
I mean, my thing is, I think Twitch really needs to. I think Twitch, by doing this, really needs to, kind of focus on streamlining what is acceptable and what isn't. I think that is all time been the biggest issue that people have with Twitch is, smaller streamers are not nearly able to get away with what some of the big time streamers are who bring them in the revenue. We know what they get away with, and that creates an unfair environment and favoritism. And I think in a world of streaming, being that Twitch is number one,
Twitch,
and
though. I mean,
exactly,
Facebook gaming,
exactly.
and
You're exactly right, and that's my point, because what goes up must come down. And I think for Twitch, being that they're kind of conducting the company this way and it's beginning to show, and I think a lot more people are taking notice, this is going to pave the way for another company to come and attempt to do things the right way and potentially in the long run, dethrone Twitch, because it...
I mean, I think that happens with everyone. Like YouTube and Twitch have been at this. That's how Twitch came about, right? So it's just like the next person. Like every social media platform, there's always something wrong with it, and then the next one blows up, and then the next one blows up, and then the same thing. Money becomes a factor of it.
Goes
and
Instagram,
then
Snapchat. Now you got TikTok.
So we're looking for the next media service. So if Noob gets his doors up to $1, then we'll have our own stuff out.
Ooh,
for sure.
No, we need it to be like at 1,000.
Fuck. I'll be happy when it hits $10. We're shit.
That's true.
Dang, I can feel it. My body just got hot.
I know. I felt it over here.
God dang.
That's wrong.
Anyway,
gross.
It's great, man. Ladies and gentlemen, though, thank you very much for taking the time to check us out. Have a good time on Saturday night. You can definitely follow us on our Instagram at Next Level Official Podcast. Be sure to follow us on our Facebook as well with the same handle. We're also on Twitter. We definitely
what you say? We're on Twitter.
But we definitely have some changes in the works, so stay tuned for those. And thank you all for the love and support. From Next Level Official Podcast, we are out.
Have a good night.
Peace.